Hey everyone, my name is Trey Jane, and I'm building Integral. Integral is the one-stop shop to create public APIs, and we've been kind of fortunate enough to see a massive growth in public APIs, and are excited to share how we've been making it 10 times easier to build them. So for us, public APIs are just exactly what businesses need to automate processes. If you don't really want to go through and build out a bunch of payment processors, you go use Stripe. If you want to integrate with someone's bank through code, you go use Plaid. And if you want to go make calls or texts through code, you also just do it through Twilio. APIs have just been building exponential value with the small time that they've been around in outsourcing services and allowing you to get started with a lot less code and services needed. And currently, the process is just really awful to build one. You build your internal services, which is what everyone has to do to add some value with APIs. Then you start building out that like middleware consumable layers with API keys and making sure the right user is authenticated. Then you have to build out permissions and tiers to do a little bit of billing and making sure that the right people are accessing the right endpoints. Tiered rate limiting is also another thing that kind of goes into billing. And on top of that, now you're starting to create SDKs and documentation. And then finally, you can get to the point where you can generate revenue and make API, the center of your business or what's important for people to access your services. And that's what our product kind of comes there and solves. We take care of all of these things on the left hand side over here, and kind of make this a ton easier to just build your public API. The error handling, versioning, generating and managing these keys, item potency, versioning, sandbox, all of these things are super hard to do at the moment. And we kind of have built this software solution that takes care of it all. People make API requests. We take care of the logic and the annoying database calls behind them and allow you to only have to build out your accounting service, credit card service, or even expense service on top of that. And this is where our inspiration is. We kind of feel that early stage startups have had the hardest time to do this. And I've seen this firsthand where you can get startups like Hebia or even Truework, who was an API first company, but wasn't always like that. We kind of shifted our focus that way. So we kind of target at the moment early stage startups with no engineering bandwidth and where velocity really matters. They want to kind of be shipping out products as soon as possible. Later stage startups are what we're going to evolve to do is build the best developer experience, look for more revenue streams, and not have to deploy more engineers to get the customers that they want. So the timing of this is pretty ideal at the moment. I think we've seen that APIs have just completely been the future. People don't really want to interact with things through a UI or through you clicking buttons through your screen. You kind of want to do things automated, have things work in a single flow, kind of what Zapier has done. But instead of having it you plugging it together, code is the one that's doing this for you. It's pretty awesome to see that having an API and that interoperability is really important in kind of building out that large scale value creation of my service is ready to be used through code. Use it. Like this is the best way for you to do it. If you go build that service out yourself, you won't be having as much time. And that's kind of where the future is going to end up doing is no code integrations, API customer support, and just building out monetized API work and services through that.